want to continue bringing students back into the district because we have so much to offer in Kingsville. Every decision we make is going to be in the best interest of students.
Produced by Podcast Architects.
Welcome back to part 2. Joining Dr. Reynolds-Perez from Kingsville ISD, a board member, Joe Mireles. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
We saw, for the audience, we saw Joe walking by, and it's a pleasure to have him and hear his perspective, to lead a board and to be a part of a community and to have the pulse of the community. It's a noble job, number one, and we want to get your perspective because we know y'all are doing some great things in Kingsville. So, Joe, let me ask you first. Why run for the school board? Because right now, it's been tough for a few years now. I would say it's the toughest time in education, not only to lead a district, but to help a leader lead a district and guide a district. So why? Let me shut up and you just tell me why.
I'm a retired principal.
And
I was out of it for a couple of years, and then the election came up. And it's just serving our community,
yes.
And just being there and supporting our students, the staff, superintendent, and moving Kingsville forward. And we've made some huge strides in doing that now. And it's giving back to the community.
So a retired principal. So who pulled you? Was there one person that kind of gave you the tap on the shoulder to drag you back in?
Well, it was a family decision.
Okay.
We thought about it. We prayed about it. And it was the right time to do it.
So you have a great one here, right?
Yes.
I mean, and just talk about her a little bit. And I don't want to embarrass her, but this, y'all both know this. Leadership matters, right? And to sit in that seat right now is one of the hardest, most difficult jobs that I can think of. And it's service, right? Just what does it mean to have Cissy lead the district and do the job that she's doing?
It's a huge job that takes a lot of energy. It's never ending.
Yeah.
It's a 7-day. She's getting text messages, calls at all times of the day and night. I've texted her many times, and it's leading the district, and not always. There's a few people that might not like the direction we're going in.
Sure.
But it serves everybody. And once these people see where we're headed, they're more to jump on board with us and just move KISD to the highest levels we can get it.
What does it mean to you to have a former principal, an educator, as a part of the board? How does that add value when you're talking through either changes or adjustments to things that you want to do for schools?
Oh, I think it's helpful because it's part of the history,
Sure.
And a lot of times before you're going to move forward, you need to find out, okay, where have you been? Some real, real experiences to find out how was it as a principal at the time, and he'll let me know how difficult it was, and I want to make sure that we're not going down that road again,
Sure.
On some of those things. But also, he's very well respected in the community, and so people trust that he'll say the right thing, as far as he's a straight shooter,
Yeah.
and I like straight shooters because
Absolutely.
Don't sugarcoat it, just tell me the facts. If this is what we need to do, then this is what we need to do. When we need to fix, we need to fix it. But he has that educator perspective, and it's wonderful because our whole board, each person brings something to the table, and I value that.
So, and I want to ask this to both of you. How do you create the relationship, right? And not to say that y'all are going to agree 100% on every single thing, because no board does, but I well know that the relationships with your board and superintendent are critical. How do y'all continue to grow as a team of 8 together? Joe, take a shot first.
Yeah, okay. Well, the great thing about it is the communication we have amongst ourselves. We put things out there, we talk about them, we discuss them, we shoot them around. And if it's something that we can do, and we move forward with it. But every decision we make is going to be in the best interest of students, our staff, the community. So making decisions that way moves us forward, and
Sure.
it's easier to, because it's all for the right things.
We try to be the devil's advocate, because
Yes.
in every community, there's always going to be a small faction that's going to try to challenge everything that we do. And in some ways, that's actually a good thing because it keeps us on our toes,
Sure.
and we are able to think about things before we even roll things out because we want to make sure that we've, vetted everything as well as possible. But for the most part, the rest of the community has been very supportive. We would not have been able to roll out some of the things that we have had we not gained their support,
Right.
so.
Absolutely. Joe, what do y'all tease her about?
Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, there's my Dr. Pepper right
Yes.
there. Yes, I have to have my
Is
Dr.
that,
Pepper.
is that your drink like everywhere?
That is my go-to, yes.
Yes.
That's funny. Who is most likely on the board to make a joke during a board meeting?
David?
and Joseph.
Oh, Joseph for sure.
Yes.
You got a couple. You got some. You got some pranksters.
Yes.
You need that though, because
Yes.
a lot of discussions are they're tough or they're difficult or you're working really through. All right, how do we do this better?
Right.
It's all you got to have at least a couple on there.
Yes.
that
Yes.
keep
Keeps it light.
Yes.
Exactly. But real. Light but real.
Absolutely. Joe, from a perspective of being an educator, now you're guiding in a different way. What are some things over the horizon that you want to see, that you want the district to aspire to?
Well, we want to continue bringing students back into the district because we have so much to offer
Yes.
in Kingsville. And we try to get that out there. We're going to get better at getting it out there. But the programs we offer around, as far as the area, it's second.
Y'all have done a ton of work, and I just want to say, just because I have some friends at A&M Kingsville, y'all have done a ton of work for adding options for
Yes.
kids.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I agree, get that out there because
Yeah.
they will come back. And I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I see it. I see it.
He follows it. He's been
Yes.
following us for the past
Oh yeah,
few years.
Because I love everything CTE. I live it, breathe it. I just love it. So, and I'm always like, man, they are rocking and rolling.
Yes.
They're gonna not only offer more options, but kids are going to come out employable.
Right. Exactly.
Whatever their path may be,
Exactly.
employable, high wage,
Exactly.
great jobs.
Yes.
Exactly.
Sorry, Joe, I didn't mean to cut you
Oh,
off.
not
That's so
a
true.
problem. But that's what we're shooting for. And if there's a need and we see there's a need for a group of students that will help them in life after high school, then that's where we're going to take.
How do you keep her longer? How do you keep her in Kingsville? Keep her going. Keep a great leader. You keep great leaders. You find a great leader. You figure out how to make it happen. I would say that to anybody. In any what? Give me. You got a trick? Something.
I think the support.
Yes.
There's some things we can't keep doing the same thing.
Sure.
And there's sometimes that we might think, should we do that? We do it and it works. So someone that's willing to take that risk in the
got one of
best
those.
interest of students. And we talk about it. We might, are you sure we should do this or do that? But once we see it in work and it's working in practice, and we're moving forward with it.
When she brought you the movement that she started, I know she came and said, "Hey, this is wrong, and I would like to take this step." How did you know? You know what? She's right, and we're going to do this for our kids, our community. Did you know instantaneously, or were we like, "Oh,
Yeah.
man, what's this going to do?"
We just because I've been in the system
Yes.
and seeing that things that we did and continue to do didn't work, we had to take that step forward and just have the courage to move forward and to do things differently, and it's paying off.
I mean, no question. So, and you know this, but everybody, all the superintendents, big and small, know who's leading this charge for really fairness and equity for our schools.
Yes,
right? And
exactly.
And to give the kids in the schools a chance, because growth, you asked for growth, we gave you growth. You shuffle the deck,
Right.
and in midstream, we were playing Old Maid. Now you're playing Uno. Come on now. I mean,
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
I stole that from Amy from Raise Your Hand, Texas. I don't want to
Okay.
take credit for that one, so I need to cite my
gotta tell her.
sources. But you have you're leading the state. Kingsville ISD is leading the state for equity for our kids.
Yes, exactly.
And we knew it was bigger than just Kingsville.
Right.
When we
right.
made that, we said we're not doing this just for the Kingsville Brahmas. We're doing it for all students, you know, and
Absolutely.
all teachers.
And that's what it's become.
And communities. Yes.
Well,
so, thank you.
No, thank you, thank you, and thank you for service and supporting, you know, a champion for kids and being a champion for kids and spending a little time with me and talking a little school. So
Yes.
We appreciate it.
thank both of you for joining
thank
the
you
show.
so much.
Anything you want to shout out? Anything? Your website or event coming up or boat or anything?
Yes. If anything, use every election and vote. You know, use your voice because it is the legislators, it is the lawmakers that are making some of the laws that will help move us forward. The legislators need to hear from you, you know, from everybody and about what is the right thing to do for Texas public schools. Now, as for Brahmas, go Brahmas, and please follow us, okay? Follow our Facebook page, follow us on Twitter, Kingsville ISD, and we would love to be able to see what's happening also all over the world as well, you know, so we'll follow you back.
Awesome. Got some great things, some great programming, so if you're coming to the area, check them out.
Absolutely.
Check 'em out.
We've got a lot to show there in Kingsville, Texas.
Yes, we have a lot. Just lots to show.
Awesome. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Produced by Podcast Architects.